Hey guys, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new here, welcome. I am a full-time reseller. I sell primarily on a platform called Poshmark. I buy secondhand clothing and then I turn it into a profit. And I've been doing that for the last 5 years, making a full-time income. Today, I'm actually going to be going over my last week sales numbers with you guys, showing you what sold and talking about my different sales. So, last week was a horrible sales week. Let's just start off with that for me. So as a full-time reseller, I want to do like 10 to 15 minimum in sales a month, which means I really need to be doing 2,500 minimum in gross sales, right? This is not net profit. This is before Poshmark fees, all of that. And I was listing away last week. I don't have a ton of items listed in my store right now, because I did do a big clear out last month. So I understand that I'm building my inventory back up, and that's probably why I didn't have a ton of sales, but still it's always painful to see these numbers. And that's okay. I heard a lot of people were having low sales last week. There's a lot going on in our country. There's a lot going on with, you know, upcoming holidays. Everyone talks about Q4. We're in Q4 right now. It is November 20th, 2020. And, but Q4 is not a reseller's biggest time when you're a clothing reseller. People aren't really shopping for themselves. A lot of people still don't feel comfortable giving secondhand clothing as gifts. So January usually picks back up for me. So November, December is not really my time, and that's okay. So keep that in mind. I know that I don't have huge sales this time of year, but it does pick back up in January, and usually like January to, I would say, March, April are some of my best months. And then again in the fall when people are changing their wardrobes over. But let's get into what sold. So in total, we sold $1,175. That's okay. For me, that's not a great week, but that's okay. And then I'm going to go through and show you the items that I sold. I think there's 35 here. So 35 items. $1,175 divided by 35 is about a $33 average sell price, which works for me because I pay about $3 an item on average. So, you know, that works. Let's dive into what actually sold though. I'm going to show you a few of my favorite things that sold, a few of my womp womp womp. Those weren't great sales. So, to start off, the first thing that did sell last week was this CABI shirt. I believe I did pick this up at the bins. It was just a CABI. This was in my closet for a very long time. I wore this for like a year. It was really comfortable and cute, but I just decided to switch it out. And I listed it. It sold relatively quickly for $12. So, you know, because it was mine, that's not a big deal. I'll take the $12. Another thing that sold here, so we have that CABI, we have a CARRIE Underwood athletic-wear shirt. Not a great sell. Let's see here. I'm going to go find some good sells first. So this was one of my favorite sells last week. This is a Jackie Robbins design sling handbag, and this item did sell for $100. I think I had it up for $200. Someone sent me a $100 offer and I accepted it. And I accepted that offer because this was a gift. I did not pay anything for this item. So that's $80 pure profit. That works for me. And this bag, like Jackie Robbins design, if you click on the name here, it doesn't have a big following. So I took that offer. I did not think I was going to get another offer on this item. So I was happy to see that bag go for $100. Another great sell was this. This was a leather jacket by Kenna T. This sold really quickly as well. I bought this a few weeks ago. I don't remember the exact price I paid for it. I want to say I paid around $10 to $20 for this leather jacket. So it sold for $80. There is the little stock photo of the model right there. I've been putting the stock photos at the bottom and the top. I didn't put this one at the top. I don't know why. I didn't like the stock photo. So that was a good sell. Again, I think, what is that, 16? So after Poshmark fees, I made $64 $64. Yeah, $64. So let's say I paid $20 for it at max. I would have made about $40 or so on that. I'll take that. I love that sale, and we're going to keep going here. And this was also a gift from the same person who gave me the bag. This is, I don't sell belts very often, so I wanted to bring this one up. This sold really quickly, and I know I need to list more belts. Belts definitely sell. This was a WILFRED free from Aritzia, and it is a dark brown leather distressed belt, as you can see here. And those are my photos, and this one sold for $17. Again, it was free, so that was pure profit. So that's how I like justify things. So I average cost everything out, and on average, my average buy price is typically right around $3. I like to keep it there. So the way I keep it there is I do get a lot of things that everyone who knows me knows that I'm a reseller, and so a lot of friends, a lot of people in my network, they give me their items. A lot of people also just tell people about what I do, like friend groups. And so I'll have people who will call me up and be like, hey, my friend is cleaning out. Do you want her stuff? Because they would rather see it come to me than go to Goodwill. Sometimes I buy it. Sometimes they just want to get it out of their house. So whatever the means they are. So I get a lot of stuff that way. I also get a lot of stuff from Goodwill Outlet, which means I'm paying by the pound. That stuff usually ends up being about 50 cents an item. And then I also get stuff at regular Goodwills and other thrift stores that I'll pay up for. And I'm willing to pay up for it because I know I can average cost it by using my lower dollar item. So it all makes sense at the end of the day. I also, let's see here, I sold these 1 teaspoon baggy jeans. These used to sell for so much money, like $75 as soon as you would list them. But these sold for $31. I paid $10 for these. So that is about a $15 profit. That would have been a $6 Poshmark fee and then a $10. So that is a $10 profit. $15 profit. That's fine. I paid 10, turned a $15 profit on those. We got these at the bins and these sold overnight. So I know, like, it's just the bins, right? So you're not paying very much for the items. I know a lot about kid stuff because I ran a children's consignment store for 8 years. So as far as kid brand goes, I know a lot about them. I'm actually considering adding Kittison to my reselling platforms. I have a Kittison account. I used to sell on Kittison when my daughter was first born, like 7 years ago. And so I have like a very old grandfathered in account. People still follow me there like every day. They used to do like highlighted accounts once a week, and I remember my account getting highlighted, and I did really well when they first came out. I haven't been listing on there, but I think I have Vendu, and so they just opened up Kittison, so I might start listing all of my children's stuff over on Kittison. If you've used the platform before, please let me know what you think of it. I don't know that I would cross list. I don't like cross listing because I have a hard time like taking that second as soon as something sells to delete it, and I don't want to mess up, like, I don't want to oversell things. No one likes that. So anyway, if you sell in Kittison, let me know. But these were boots. This is a great children's brand of shoe. If you don't know, it's PRIMIGI. There is the brand. Very high end. These boots are sold at places like Nordstrom's. They were probably over $100, and they sold for $14. But again, they were used, they were worn. I got them at the bins, and I'm happy with that. So if you see these boots, this is my size. Let's get out. Okay, if you see these shoes, I would definitely consider picking them up. They do really well, in my opinion. So don't overlook the kids section. A lot of times kids sections can have really good stuff in it because people aren't always looking there, and kids wear stuff for such a short amount of time. What else did I sell? I sold this pair of Rothys. So let's talk about Rothys for a second. I've been watching the Rothy market, and it does seem like it's slipping a little bit. So Rothys are these shoes. They're very popular. I bought these for myself. They didn't work out. I bought them in a bundle on Poshmark for 3 pair. I think I paid right around $100. So I sold this first pair. I listed them at $75. I kept getting like lower offers. I wasn't getting any hits, like nothing. So someone offered me, I think I sent out offers for $65 on them. Someone offered me $57, and I went ahead and took that offer. Now, a couple years ago, these definitely would have sold for more, but they're big. They're weird sizes. So I wear a size 11 shoe. These were size 11 and a half because you got a half size up on ROTHYS. So these were size 11 and a half. So that is already like not a size a lot of people are going to be filtering for and wearing. And so, you know, I thought that's fine. The other thing is I've been looking at the ROTHY market. So I've been looking at the ROTHY market, and let's look at the actual solds on ROTHYS. It's not what it used to be. Available, sold. Get my size out of here. Okay. Check it out. So, of course, all the first ones are like a lot, but you'll see a lot of ROTHYS are selling for less. So 50, 60, 85, 90, 65. So the days I think of like 65, these are like rare prints, so that's different. But the solid black ones here, there's another solid black round toe like I sold for a 60. So the market is changing on these a little bit. 66. Gone are the days of being able to immediately sell your ROTHYS for, look at 60, 57. Gone are the days of being able to immediately sell your ROTHYS, I think, for over $100. And these ROTHYS actually sold on the 18th, which was 2 days ago. And you saw, like, that's, think about that. So these sold on the 18th. And you saw all the listings I just showed you. That's all that's sold since, you know, 2 days. So keep that in mind when you're picking up ROTHYS. I would no longer probably pay up more than like $20, $25 for a pair. In the past, I probably would have paid up to like 40 or 50. Now, of course, prints can make that change, but markets change, and it's definitely something to be aware of when you're a reseller. This was a horrible sell. Let's talk about this horrible sell. We're not just going to talk about the fun ones. I did get this at the bin, so you guys, I still made a profit. My earnings on this was $2, but this was a swimsuit bottom. You guys ready? This is a swimsuit bottom by Triangle, and it's like a neoprene swimsuit bottom. I priced this at $15 because these things, like, it's hard to sell just the bottoms, in my opinion, in my experience. So when someone offered me $5, I just took it. Got at the bins, I probably paid $1/4 for it, turned it into $2, whatever. But the reason I had this is because I bought a huge lot of swimsuits at the bins. They were just like all in one bin. I could tell they were high end, and I just scooped them up. I didn't even like separate them out. There was too many pieces. There was probably 30 pieces in total, and I just bought all of them. Now, so I had this. I just listed it because I had it. It only took me a second to list it. Check it out, because I also sold these two from that same bin trip and that same bundle. And these two sold as a combo for $50 in total. So my earnings was $40, and I probably paid maybe $2 total for both of these swimsuits. I probably could have got more. But I don't like to hold on to things. If someone gives me a good offer, I take it, especially this week. This was the last thing that sold for me. This week was slow. So if someone was sending me an offer, I was definitely taking it if it worked for me. So I originally priced this swimsuit at $89. This was a boys and arrows swimsuit. This is a Bolo swimsuit brand. If you see it, there you go. There is the label. There's the inner tag label there. Come here. I said open. I just like my own listing, but why are you being obnoxious? Anyway, you get it. There's the boys and arrows label. That's a Bolo swimsuit brand. If you see it, definitely grab it. I'll show you some solds really fast. Now, remember when I'm showing you solds that they might have sold in a bundle, so they might have sold for less. But here we go. Look at this swimsuit bottom of this dinosaur sold for $108. This one sold for $70. That one sold for $82. Again, I probably could have got more for mine, but whatever. I'll take it. I was having a slow week. This one, it looks like, sold for $255. Has tigers on it. It looks like their animal ones are doing really well. The one I had was older. It was probably like 6 or 7 years old. So a lot of great sells for this brand. So definitely be on the lookout. Swimsuit brand is Boys and Arrows. I just learned about them. So I'm happy to share that with you guys. And then MAAJI. This brand is always kind of like a Bolo for me as far as swimwear goes. So this is a good one. If you see it, definitely pick it up. Especially at the bins. I love buying swimsuits at the bins. So you can see here, here's some recent sold. So 40 for that, 20 for this, 30, 25. Not as much as the boys and arrows, but still pretty good. And it sells really fast for me. I've sold quite a few MAAJI swimsuit pieces recently. Okay, and that's it. So let me see. These were my personal pants. I paid up for these. I bought them at the beginning of the year when quarantine was kind of first happening, and I thought they were hilarious because they are the Rag and Bone. If you ever see these, grab them. They're really hard to find. I think Rag and Bone just re-released them, but for a while they were really hard to find. So these are the Rag and Bone, and they're digital printed jogger sweatpants. I bought these, they were brand new off of Poshmark, and I didn't pay, I don't remember how much I paid for them off the top of my head, but I did finally find them. They were brand new. I bought like a lot of 2. I ended up selling mine for $75, and they sold literally like the day I listed them or the day after, incredibly fast. So if you see these, definitely pick them up. My earnings was 60, but again, these are not jeans. These are sweatpants that are digitally printed to look like jeans, and they're incredibly popular. So, and right now with the stay-at-home orders, like everyone wants to be cozy, and it's just fun to wear these sort of things. So that's why I bought them. Those are kind of my sales there. Again, nothing like, oh, this was a fun sale. So this was a bundle of a Free People shirt, a Lululemon pair of shorts, and this. So I bought this on Poshmark. Look at this. It was a vintage Disney sweatshirt. I had it listed for $100. I wasn't really getting any hits on it, but I didn't want to let it go too cheap because it was just so cool. And these sort of like vintage things are very popular right now. So I sold this bundle for $125. These Lululemon Align shorts were mine. And this Free People shirt, all of this stuff was like I just listed a bunch of stuff for my personal closet. That's why, but this was also my personal closet. So my earnings off of those 3 items was $100. And I think these Lululemon shorts I bought brand new, so it's hard to like gauge the pricing on that. But still, like, that's great. I love it. So yeah, those are kind of my sales for the week. Nothing like outside of that $100 purse and that $125 bundle. There's nothing that great. I wish it was a better week for sure. A pair of DOJOs sold for $22, which is really low. I like to sell these for a lot more, but I just felt like this week I was just taking any offer that I could get because things are not moving for me like they usually do. So if you're also having a hard time with sales and you're feeling the pinch there, remember you're not alone. And it does happen to me every time around this year. And it's why I used to do a lot of hard goods around this time of year, board games and Christmas decor and things like that, because that's kind of what people are actually shopping for. I might add some of that stuff in. I showed you guys this before, but like I have this I need to list. I'm going to probably list on Poshmark. Like I'll probably just have to list some hard goods this week to even things out, pivot a little bit. So that's what I'm up to. Let me know how your sales were the past week. How did you do? Was it good? Was it bad? Just because I had a bad sales week doesn't mean that you had a bad sales week. And I also want to make sure you guys know that like I have bad sales weeks too. I'm not perfect. I am not like by any means having these like fantastic huge sales weeks every week. And $1,000 might be a lot for some people. I understand that everyone is at a different point in their reselling journey. Everyone is at a different point. Everyone is making different amounts of money. They're looking for different goals. So comparing your sales to my sales or me comparing my sales to your sales is really not something we should be doing. I just know in general, this is lower than I typically like, and that's where I'm at. So anyway, hope you guys have a good week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope having the visuals helped you, and I will see you guys again next Friday with another What Sold video. Have a great weekend, everyone.